Dang it, I had my mic muted, guys. Sorry about that. You guys should hear me now, though. Should hear me now. So we're playing the Sega Genesis Mini 2 tonight, guys. And this has a lot of games. It's got 60 games. We'll see if I can go 3.5 hours tonight and we can get through all these. But I was saying how I like to do this by the release date. So you can categorize it by a number of different ways, but I'll start with the oldest games first and go to the newest games. This Mini 2 that we're doing tonight, it actually has CD games as well. So like we're looking here at Shining Force, Sega CD, Echo the Dolphin. So we'll get into those games as well, which is pretty cool on this little mini system. Let's start with Super Hang-On. And Israel Gaming's in the chat. He says, let's see what Israel Gaming is saying. He says, Biggie D's Arcade in the building. How's it going, brother? No voice audio, Biggie D. Sorry about that. We can hear the game, but not you. We can hear you now. Okay. All right, so I got to mute the video capture. All right, you guys should hear me now. Sorry about that. Took a little bit to get it going. I was working all day, just got home. Let's give this a shot. Hang On, 1989 Sega game. We've got arcade mode and we've got original mode. Let's get into arcade mode. Oh, I'm loud. Okay, thank you. Thank you for telling me. Let's see if I can adjust that. Thank you, Steps. Let's bring that down a little. How do I sound now? Better? Let me know. All right, we're gonna play some Hang On, Sega Hang On. This is the oldest game on the Sega Genesis Mini 2. There was an arcade of this game. Remember it very well. I'm in Africa, stage 1, and I'm just passing by people. My motorcycle is much faster than theirs. Got the mountains in the distance there. I don't know if this is like Road Rash where I can knock them off their bike or not. Stage 2. All right, so this is going to be a pretty long race. We'll jump out of this game and we'll get into these others. We're going to have to kind of run through these tonight pretty quick, guys, because there's so many of them. There's 60 games on this system. Let's say hi to everyone who's made it so far in the chat. Just Israel Gaming and Steps hanging out. Steps is saying the mix seems okay. Turn the game audio down just a little bit, Biggie D. All right, let's try doing that. I had actually turned up these settings because we went to Kotsko and I was going to use this at Kotsko on Saturday. But for this setup, I really need to be turning that gain and all that way down. So hopefully it sounds better now. You guys let me know. Transmitter setting. There, that should be good. Hopefully that sounds better to you guys. I just turned the game audio down a little bit and I turned my volume up to where you guys can hear me better. All right, so Truxton, this is kind of cool, guys. We've got a standard and an arcade, I guess, ROM of Truxton on here. That is very cool. So we're not just getting the Sega ROM, we're getting the arcade ROM of Truxton. How cool is that? I guess not, because it said arcade. It says original game, Sega 1989. I don't know what that means, because it said arcade, but this is definitely not the arcade ROM. And am I supposed to be hearing the fire? Oh, there it goes. Love Truxton. And Israel Gaming says it's better now. Thank you. Thank you for confirming. How's your night going, Israel Gaming? How's your night going, Steps Gaming? I know who's best at this game, Papa Brad. He is an expert at Truxton. This was one of the games that released on the iArcade, and we played it a ton on that arcade. So I can hold down the A button and it'll automatically fire, but it doesn't fire as fast if I continuously hit it. And that's like a special. Okay, I can hold down C and continuously it'll shoot. And it shoots faster if I use the C button. Interesting. Pretty good. A little tired from work, but all is good. Good to hear. I've been seeing your shorts this week and your videos. Pretty cool stuff, Israel. Keep it going. Like that content you've been making. And Steps as well. Your streams, like I enjoy your Switch streams when you're doing like your Mario Kart. And then obviously any streams where you're just talking about gaming and stuff is a lot of fun to watch as well. Moving around a little too much there. This is a good way to play it though. If you're not going to play it on the arcade, I think this is, for a console version of this game, I think it's pretty good. Oh, here we go. Got a boss or something coming up. I don't have much experience with this game, so this is all kind of new to me. I never bought this for the iArcade. Israel Gaming says, I really appreciate that, Biggie D. It does really mean a lot. Thank you. All right, that's Truxton, guys, on the Sega Genesis Mini 2. Jump out of there. So to get in and out of the menu is pretty easy on this 6-button controller. There's a menu button right here on the upper right you can press, and then that takes you right back to your menu. On the Sega Genesis Mini 1 that we did last week, you have to hold down a button. I think it's the start button, and then you have to do that for like 4 seconds to get to the menu. It takes a while kind of annoying. This is much simpler, just a little menu button up on top of the controller. This is Phantasy Star 2. This is an RPG made in 1990. We got an easy mode and an original mode. You can use that controller on the other Mini. Yeah, we did last week, Steps, when we put in Street Fighter. We were using the 6 button and Eternal Champions. I actually bought this controller before the Sega Mini 2 came out for my Mini 1. All right, new game. And I don't have any save states, so we're just starting from the beginning here. Drinking Coca-Cola Zero tonight. Phantasy Star 2, 1989. Come on. Steps Gaming says, I only have the first Mini, but I hacked it and added more games. That's pretty cool. I have not hacked either of my Genesis or my Genesis Mini 2. I've only hacked the PlayStation Classic, because I can play everything on it. And I just want to keep these stock. You know, these are kind of like collector's items for me. What is going on here? I want to play. Okay, I got to create a name. I'm haunted by nightmares every night. A young girl is battling a giant demon. I'm close by, but can't move or speak. All I can do is watch while the demon keeps striking at the girl. Just as she's fighting for her life, I awake. Dimly lit by early dawn, I'm filled with an incredible sadness and fear. I am Dan, an agent here in Paseo, the capital of Mota. I shake my head as if to scatter the remnants of the dream. I have no time to worry like a child about nightmares in this modern age, especially with the mother brain planning and controlling all aspects of the environment. I open my window and take deep breaths of fresh air. It seems to wash away the bad feelings left by my dream. All right, cool little intro. So this is going to be one of those deep RPG games. A lot of reading. Steps says, I only have the first Mini, but I hacked it and added more games. Phantasy Star 2, you're going to be playing that all night. Yeah, I don't plan on playing this, but for a few minutes, just to show it off. But I did want to see how it played. I like how it's fast loading, like into the new areas and stuff. There's no wait. It's pretty cool. I would have to have a lot of time on my hands to sit and play a game like this all the way through, though. Like this will probably never be played. If I'm going to play an RPG and sink, you know, 20, 30 hours or more into a game, I'm going to play a modern RPG game, I think. Herzog. Play the real-time strategy game that sparked the RTS genre. Wonder what the RTS genre means. Like RTS, I'm not sure. Looks like a tank game. So this would be a good game to play with a spinner, because it is definitely one of those type of games. This is kind of reminds me a lot of Blastroids, and it does not play very well on this D-pad. Also, the environment kind of reminds me a lot of that Toe Jam and Earl. I have no clue what I'm doing here either. Oh, here, Thor, he's got a real-time strategy, command and conquer style. Okay, very cool. I've never gotten much time playing these types of games. But that's the good thing about these Mini 2s, is you're gonna get a very wide selection of different types of games. One thing I think it is lacking though are sports titles. You know, the Mini 1 we saw last week had no sports games at all. I don't think this one does either, if I can remember. But we'll see. We'll see if, let's check now actually. Do we have any sports games? So far I don't see any. Unless you want to count Virtua Racing, which is, you know, could be considered a sport. Oh, I like that Super Street Fighter 2. That's pretty cool. But yeah, no sports games really except for that racing game. All right, Afterburner 2. As an arcade fan, we know Afterburner very well. It is a Sega title, so they made a console version of this game. I don't think it's as near as good as the arcade version, you know, with the flight stick and all that. But it's definitely cool to be able to play it at home back then. Israel Gaming says, I was just about to say, I can't wait to see you play Toe Jam and Earl. We did play it last week. There may be the new Toe Jam and Earl on this one, the Funkatron. Step says, can't do sports because they don't sign deals with every player the game costs, and it costs too much. Good point. Just like Blitz on the arcade 1-up, guys, they're going to have issues, it looks like, with licensing these players' rights. So especially, you know, so long after, 25, 30 years later, 35 years later. I would say this is playable, but it's not near as enjoyable as playing it in the arcade. I wonder if the Genesis or Sega had a flight stick for this game. Like an accessory they made for it. Where are my missiles at? It's like every button I press is just the machine gun. Maybe I gotta earn those. Man, this is weird, like going up and down with this D-pad. The left to right's okay, but the up and down is not. Genesis game's pretty close to the arcade, really. Yeah, I think graphics-wise and sounds are fairly close. The actual controls, though, are much different. Getting some gas, I remember that. Mid-air. All right, so it's showing I have missiles, right? No? Oh, they shot me down. Did you guys hear about all the game announcements today? It was crazy with Gamescom going on. I think it's going on in Germany right now. They announced so many games. Borderlands 4 was like kind of the highlight, I think, for me today. But I saw there's a new Soul Reaver coming out. We had a lot of discussion about Legacy of Kain this week on the Evercade, and it looks like they're going to make a new Soul Reaver. I'd watched a short this week of Garage Gamer where he was speculating what if they made a new Soul Reaver game, and just all of a sudden today they announced one. Steps is saying you can play Genesis NHL 94 with updated rosters on modern consoles. Get them, Maverick. Calvin Wong's here. Good to see you, Calvin Wong. Now, I feel like this Taito title here, Rainbow, Islands, Extra, this was kind of like a throw-in game. Like when they announce these mini consoles, it's kind of cool. They don't give you the full games list. They'll give you some of the games, and then every few weeks or every month, they'll add more games to that list and announce more. This was one of the last games they announced, and normally the last ones are just kind of throw-in games at the very end. This was one of them. So we'll just check this game out real quick. I don't think it's very good though. Kind of like Bubble Bobble, but with rainbows. Okay, so you can jump on the rainbow to get up. Okay. Am I doing that right? Okay. You can't jump on the rainbow. If you jump on the rainbow, it will go away. So you can just walk directly across it. Okay, and you need to use those. Okay, I like the strategy of this so far. Maybe I was a little premature on judging this before I played it. Oh, you can do multiple. Very cool. You don't even have to jump. And I can jump up to these ledges. Okay, that keeps that guy off of me. Cool. All right. I'm liking it. Oh, we got a time limit. Oh no. Or maybe that was a time limit on the fruit and vegetables. Very much like Bubble Bobble though, with all this fruit. Israel Gaming says, so Steps is right. A lot of Sega arcade ports are close to the original. So that cool game, Taito. Let's jump out of that one. Check our next one. Get out of these like 80s games and into some 90s. The Revenge of Shinobi. Made in 1990. I know Steps loves Shinobi. This is like one of her favorites, I think. Thanks, Thor, for the support on the channel, being a arcade gamer channel member now. It looks like you've been a member for over 6 months now. Carl O just hit over 1 year. Good to see you, Carl O. What's up, Biggie D in chat? Good to see you, Carlo. All right, playing The Revenge of Shinobi tonight on the Sega Genesis Mini 2. You didn't miss much, Carl, early on. I had some audio issues and stuff, so it took me a minute to get set up. I guess the audio is fine now, though. I haven't heard anyone say anything about it since I made those adjustments. I had messed with these mics Saturday because we were going to use them at Costco, but it was so dang busy there and it was like a madhouse. We didn't have time to really set up, so I just used the mic on my cell phone. But it was good seeing P-Dubs this weekend. Going to Costco, hanging out with him there, and then went to eat, went to the arcade, played some pinball, and then he was a guest on my stream Sunday, which was cool too. Well, I made it out of that first part of the game, the first level. Oh, I only have so many throwing knives. I got it. Okay. Okay, the door opened for me. Carlo, audio is good all around, Israel Gaming says. Very cool. Step says Revenge of Shinobi is considered the best Shinobi. Carlo says, anyone getting the 7800, if you create a new account with a different email, you will get a coupon code that works on the Mega Bundle. I thought the 7800 was very cool. Thank you, Steps, on doing a stream today about that, because I wanted to learn more about what we were getting with that system. I am interested in it. And I like that it was like one of the later Ataris that released. It released around the time of the Nintendo. And I think that's pretty interesting to see, because I feel like a lot of those games were probably on the level of a Nintendo in those games that came on it. But they probably didn't get the attention or the sales numbers that the Nintendo did, because they were competing. And obviously Nintendo won that. So I'm interested to play those games, because I feel like they're probably, I'm stuck. Dang, I got stuck there. I feel like those games though on that 7800 are probably just as good as what we were playing on the NES. They just never got the attention they deserved. They were just too overshadowed by Nintendo at that time and what they were doing. Okay, I think I can open the door. Yeah. Okay, I can't walk on those. The bamboo is very sharp. Man, you can't even touch it at all. Dang, not easy. Oh, Goofyfoot's here. Good to see you, Goofy. He says, Carlo, is the 7800 a mini console? I think it is. I'm not sure how big it is, but I would consider it a mini, I think. I sent your Coke machine out today, Goofyfoot. It left around lunchtime today from Phoenix. It's showing you're gonna get it on Saturday, before the end of the day on Saturday. So hopefully you'll be home. Did you know eBay does not pay me for that until you get it and you confirm that you got what you paid for? Like, I think they charge you, but they don't actually send me any money until you've confirmed everything's good. I like that. That is actually the first item I've ever sold on eBay. I've bought a lot of stuff on eBay, but I've never sold anything. It's a pretty easy process. You can print off your shipping label and everything right there on the website. You have to pay for it, the shipping though, unless you charge the customer, which I didn't do. But the shipping actually wasn't bad. It was only $11 to Florida. All right, there. Okay, I made it out of there. Get it off. Get off me. Oh, that guy's got armor. What is this? Oh, that's my special. You got all kinds of special moves. Okay. Do I open this door yet? It's telling me to go this way. That's where I just came from. Maybe I need to go back and kill someone before it'll let me proceed. Oh, we got some memberships gifted by Carl O. Thank you, Carl O. That's awesome. Calvin Wong got one. Elio, Pixelated Traveler, Stardust, Kevlar's FPV Adventures. Very cool. Yes, thank you, Carl. That was awesome. That really helps support the channel. It's obviously great for the members too to get those memberships. You get the emojis and you get your badges. Let's go back in here, see if maybe we missed someone or something. Don't see anybody. There's a way to like open the door with these little boxes on the ground. All right, I'm gonna have to give this one some more time. I don't want to try to spend a bunch of time trying to figure out what I need to do in this game. So more of just trying to show off the games. You know, what are the games that come on the Sega Genesis Mini 2? That's more of what we're doing tonight. Step says, so far, Revenge of Shinobi is the game he has played the longest, LOL. Hellfire, cool. This is, oh, and we can do different views too, so you can see all the games on the side here. I kind of like that view. Or if you want to see the cover art, you can do that. Thor KC says 80% scale. I thought it was smaller than that. Was thinking maybe the mini console, as they same roughly 40% scale of the M90 mini boombox for the New Wave Toys, or from New Wave Toys. So the 7800 is 80% the size of the original. And Carlo says 80% is like 2600 plus takes carts. And Goofy says, thanks Biggie, hope it's late. I'm out of town until Monday. I'll have it dropped off at the local UPS store. Okay, very cool. Yeah, it's showing Saturday. We'll see. If I had known that, Goofy, I would have sent it tomorrow. I didn't know that. But if you have an option of picking it up at the it's USPS, Goofy. It's not UPS. I need to give you the, do you not have the tracking number from eBay? You should have it, but it's USPS. So it's going to come postal service. %, 3/4 scale equals NBA Jam, Casino Cade, or Casino Jam, or Slim Katie. A lot of names for that NBA Jam Slim Edition arcade cabinet. And it's confusing because it's called the NBA Jam Deluxe. But we already have an NBA Jam Deluxe and it doesn't look anything like it. Okay, this is cool. So I can press a button and it changes the direction of my shot. I like that. And I guess some are more powerful than others. Like if you just do the single shot, I like that. Never played this before. I can't remember if this was an arcade game or not. Or was this just made for the console? So that's your most powerful shot right there, I think. Ah, I was feeling like Nick's there for a minute. I was doing pretty good. Let's try that one more time. I like this game. Goofy says, just checked, I got the tracking number. Okay, cool. Hopefully you can figure it out, make sure you get it, because that would be a bummer if it was just sitting on your doorstep and got stolen, or I know it rains a lot there. You don't want to get rained on. And you got to be careful too, because that box I sent it in is the original New Wave box. So it tells you what's in it. So you wouldn't want it just sitting somewhere for a long time. But I wanted you to have, you know, the original of everything I received. It took me a while to find those cardboard boxes too, because I'd like put them up and couldn't remember where I put them, but I ended up finding them. They're in a closet, back in the back of a closet. All right, we'll jump out of that one. Go on to our next game. Israel Gaming says, I'd love to see how humble the arcade community can be. You're amazing at Carlo. A dime a dozen. A needle in a haystack. One of a kind. I like that comment. Great comment. Yeah, Carlo has been my biggest supporter on this channel for sure. I got a lot of great supporters and channel members and viewers. But Carlo, he's been here from the very beginning. He was like the very first person that watched me. I think I was playing my Switch online, like doing a live stream of my Nintendo Switch. It was like my very first live stream. Carlo jumped in. So this is a different kind of view that I'm used to for a game like this. You're like over the top, but you're trying to get out of the way of all this fire. So it's kind of like a shmup, but it's like an over the top shmup. This would be, I think, a good game to have a spinner with as well. The D-pad's, you know, it's functional, it's working, but I just think it'd be more enjoyable to get this on an arcade with a spinner or have some spinner controls. I think that 7800, you can buy paddles for it, paddle controllers. I thought that was pretty cool. All the various controllers you can get for that. I may end up getting that 7800. I'm not a huge Atari fan, but I like that that's like a more modern Atari system. It's like one of their later ones that they did. Okay, I see I've got a shield up there, so you can actually stay alive for a while. I wonder if you can regenerate, like get power-ups, or is your shield just like good for till you die? You got to create a little distance between you and these enemies, and then you can kill them. I'm having fun with this game though. I've never even heard of it. Gets hectic though when you got a bunch of enemies around you. It's like you gotta go down the street a little farther and have them chase you. Okay, they're regenerating here. It's kind of like Gauntlet. You gotta destroy their base. You can even go in between the buildings. So we can see the enemy on the map, where they're coming from. I guess the objective is just to kill all their bases. This is pretty cool. And I'm not dying a lot. I like that. And then I die. There are a bunch of them. Yeah, I think I want to get into more of these mini consoles. I wish companies would make more of these. I think the first Sega Mini sold very well. I don't think this one did though. And this one's not that old. This one came out a couple years ago. And I've heard Sega's wanting to make a third Mini. They want to do like a Saturn or maybe even a Dreamcast, but they're just saying the hardware is just not there yet for them to be able to do it at, you know, this low of a cost. This little system's only $100. How much is that 7800? Oh, no bombs, Calvin asks. Let's check. Okay, there is. That's my special right there. I can just drop that. Okay. So our enemies must be in the upper left of the menu there on the map. Just gotta get to them. Woo. Dang, they're smushing me. Man, it's getting much harder back here. It's so enclosed, you don't have much room to move around. Woo. There we go. Clearing them out. Oh, they got me. That's a pretty cool game, guys. I definitely recommend this one. If you like arcade games and those style of games, this is a good one. Check it out. Oh, Garage Gamer's here. Good to see you, buddy. I was mentioning you earlier because Gamescom is going on, or it just started today, and they announced a bunch of games today. Bunch of exclusives for Xbox. They also announced a new Soul Reaver game, which I thought was very funny because you had that short talking about, you know, from your live stream talking about a new Soul Reaver game maybe coming out, and today they announced one. They also announced a new Borderlands 4. I thought that was all really cool today, the announcements. Tons of new games coming. We're going to hear more throughout the rest of this week too. So what we just played, what is that called? X-granada X? Or is it just called Granada X? I don't know. That's a very good game though. And that looks like it's made by Renovation. Okay, cool. All right, Populous, 1990, classic simulation game. Mince meat, Goofy. Nice, I hate liver. Kelvin Wong says July 2022 release date, Amazon information. Okay, yeah, so it's not old. I remember I started my channel and we were talking about this mini console when I first started my channel a couple years ago. Israel Gaming saying, needing a mini Nintendo GameCube, just saying, that would be amazing. A little GameCube. They're just running into hardware issues at these prices, trying to emulate those games. All right, I can already tell you guys, this is not going to be a game I'm going to like. It's kind of like it looks like it's going to be like a SimCity type game, but I don't want to play that. I can already tell you. But it's on here if you want to play it. Or if you like those style of games. All right, Shadow Dancer. This is the legendary Shinobi is back on the streets of New York with the trusty dog, Yamato. 1990. Let's check it out. Shadow Dancer, I think this may have been on the iArcade. Garage Gamer says they did announce the new Soul Reaver game. All I saw was the stuff about a new comic book. Okay, so maybe it isn't a new game. I saw the trailer for it today. Is that just a comic book? There's not a game coming with that or around that time? Maybe later this week they'll announce the actual Soul Reaver game. I would like it. I just really want to see them remake Soul Reaver, so maybe I was just wanting to see that and they didn't actually announce it. Steps is saying we will never see a GameCube Mini. We will get a Switch Online GameCube with a controller for Switch Online at best. Yeah, it seemed, Steps has got a very good point. They made the NES Mini, they made the SNES Mini or Classic, whatever they call those consoles, but they never made any after that, and it's been a long time. And we've noticed they brought N64 to the Switch, the N64 controller. They want you to pay a monthly service to play these games. They're going to make that money that way. So, Steps is right on with that comment, that chat. They will probably never make a GameCube. Now, Sega's different. Sega has brought their games to Nintendo and their online service, but I think they're still wanting to do their own thing still. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them make a Saturn Mini sometime in the near future if they can figure out the hardware and the cost of that hardware to make it reasonably priced. That's a cool special. Whoa. Can I get on top of that? Will it shoot now? I'm thinking maybe it'd shoot me up to the second floor there. Start with 5 lives. Looks like you may get unlimited ninja stars in this Shinobi. The flames in the background moving around are pretty cool for 1990. That's pretty impressive. Just realized I have a dog that's running around with me. Can I make that dog attack people? Man, this is a hard game. Very, very tough game. But if you can get into the groove of that, learn what you're doing, get better, probably be a lot of fun. You got to save them, Biggie. You're missing the hostages. Okay. You know that game well, I know. You're a big fan of Shinobi. Did you have Shinobi steps on your iArcade? Calvin Wong says, have to buy a used N64. Carlo says, steps we need to get you to see the Goonies. You are missing out. I still need to see the Goonies, Carlo. I still haven't seen it myself. What year did the Goonies come out, Steps ask. Shadow Dancer is a game I had for the Genesis. And Calvin saying 1985. Israel Gaming says, unfortunately, everything nowadays is paid live service. Oh, can I use the restroom, please? Laughing, or LMFAO. The Clark be like, yes, $5, please. The Clark. Step says, arcade ROM, way different from the Genesis game. Okay, great. Thanks for pointing that out. Giving us a little bit of clarification. So I've been having some issues with my internet the last couple of days, guys, where my internet will just cut out completely. Normally I'm doing a lot though. I'm like making content, I'm downloading something, I'm listening to music, got my security cameras on the Wi-Fi, all that's going on. And the last couple of days my internet's just cut out completely. So if I lose you guys tonight on the stream, that is why, but so far, so good. And I turned everything else that uses Wi-Fi off tonight, so we don't have any issues. I think I may need a new router or a new modem. So this game is kind of like Contra. Is it Contra? Is it made by Konami? I didn't even look. We're just not getting the flip when we jump. Oh, you can lay down. That's cool. What are those, keys? And they're kind of like rings in Sonic. As long as you have them, you can stay alive. Can I pick my gun here? Very cool. Here's the key to the restroom. Calvin says, I must watch the Goonies. Contra clone. Grenades? Do I have grenades? I don't think I do. Yeah, it definitely is a Contra clone, and it's not as good as Contra, but it's still fun. It's actually fun to see the differences of this compared to the real Contra. Oh no. Game over. What game was that? Midnight Resistance. Even had the old Sega cover, so that was definitely one of the earlier games. Looks like we're gonna be in that cover for a little bit longer, and then we'll get into some of these newer ones. And we got some Sega CD games coming up too, guys. All right, Shining in the Darkness. This is gonna be an RPG, I believe. 1991. First person panoramic 3D game. Okay. Check it out. Carlosa Steps, we need to get you to see the Goonies. Maybe I'll watch that this weekend. I'm gonna be on vacation. So I'm leaving out of town tomorrow and I'm going to Lawton, Nevada to a casino on the Colorado River. It's on the Arizona-Nevada border. And I'm gonna spend about 4 days out there just going to the pool, gambling, going to the river, maybe rent a jet ski on the river, and just hang out and enjoy myself for about 4 days. But I should be back Sunday night for the stream. So I should still be able to stream Sunday night. However, guys, I'm not gonna have any prep time for the stream Sunday night. So it's gonna be a fully just wing it. We're gonna just go live and talk about whatever news there is that I can find. But I won't have slides, I won't have anything prepared. And you guys will have to let me know. I may put a poll up before Sunday and just ask, do you guys want to just do like a solo stream with no prep? Or would you rather have a guest come on Sunday with me and we talk with them for a couple hours? I may put a poll up for that. Because this Sunday it's supposed to be a solo stream. And we're supposed to be doing a full, 2-hour live stream of news and talk. But figuring that I don't have time to make slides or any of that, may be better just to bring another guest on this weekend. So last chat I saw was from Calvin Wong asking about the grenades on the Contra clone, and I do not have, or did not see any grenades at that part in the game where I was at. Maybe you can unlock those later on. I just want to get into the game on this so we can see what the gameplay is. I don't really want to read all that. A lot of dialogue here. Guess they're just setting up the game for us. All right. Oh man, I'm jumping out of this. We don't got time for that. No time for that. Bonanza Brothers, Wanted Dead or Alive, made in '91. Welcome to Badville, where villains and gangsters rule. Let's check it out. Been playing a lot of my iArcade since I got the new screen in there. I've been playing, you know what's cool, guys, is having that new screen, that brighter IPS screen in my iArcade. The light gun games are working better now. The Sinden technology, it uses the border around the screen to recognize what you're aiming at. Well, that TN monitor had such low lighting in it, it wasn't picking up the crosshair very well. Well, now it's much more accurate. Way more fun now. I've never heard of this. I've never played this. But it says credits like it was an arcade game at one point, and they just ported it to the Genesis. Not one of my favorites on here, though. Israel Gaming says, Biggie D, are you getting the Marvel vs. Capcom collection on Nintendo or PlayStation? I'm curious. I'm going to get it on the Nintendo Switch, and I'm going to play it on there. There's no reason, I don't think, to get it for PlayStation, because it's not going to use the hardware. And I would like to also have the option of playing it on the go. And I'll probably get the digital copy of it rather than the physical copy, so I can play it on the go without having to bring the cartridge with me. But definitely looking forward to Marvel vs. Capcom collection for sure. And I think they haven't actually announced the release date on it yet that I know of. They may release that this week with Gamescom going on. But I noticed they're putting out trailers of each game, and they're getting towards the end of that. Like they started with the X-Men Children of the Atom, and I think they're to Marvel vs. Capcom as of today. So all they'll have left to do is MVC2, The Punisher, and then I think we get the release date. They're just kind of buying time with those trailers, and I think we're getting to the end of that here very soon. So this is Outrun. Maybe many of you guys have that Sega Outrun arcade 1-up cabinet. You know, looking back on it, they've lost Sega, I think. It would have been really good to probably get that cabinet, looking back on it now. And they never brought it back for whatever reason. It's not like Golden Axe, where they made a bunch of them, and they're still selling them today. It's like impossible to find the Outrun cabinet. They had a sit-down and a stand-up version, I think. I think they had a stand-up of it, but the sit-down was more the prominent one that we saw. But this is pretty cool. Fun little racing game with some good colors. But it's not the arcade ROM. This is definitely a port. And that was Outrun, or was that Outrun 2? No, it was Outrun. All right, Golden Axe 2. Love me some Golden Axe. Israel says, sweet, me too. He's gonna also get MVC Collection on the Nintendo Switch. Check out the Sega Genesis Golden Axe 2. Can you guys hear the game okay? I can. I just want to make sure you guys can hear it. I accidentally keep hitting that special. I don't mean to do that. But that's one thing about the 6-button controller is your buttons are smaller. And sometimes I'll mash 2 buttons at one time on accident with this one. So like I'd put in a community post a couple weeks ago, maybe it was a week ago, you know, just asking you guys, do you prefer the 3-button or the 6-button Genesis controller? And my vote is for the 3-button. Even though I do like these additional buttons for the games, I do like the feel and the bigger 3-button controller. So Revenge of Death Adder is an excellent arcade game. I've played that all the way through on my arcade 1-up. I've got it on my Pi and it, and had a lot of fun beating that game all the way through. That actually, on that, I think I have 60 games on that arcade one up, Marvel Superheroes, when I made that. And of all those 60 arcade games I have on that cabinet, I think Revenge of Death Adder is my favorite. Use my special for the boss. Reminds me too, Israel Gaming said. And Carlos says, reminds me to pick up Prey before the sale ends on Steam. How much is it on Steam right now? And there's more than one Prey game too. Aren't there like a couple of different ones, like an older one and a newer one? I know it came out for Xbox 360, and then there was like a newer one. I think I may have the newer one actually already for Steam. But I do love Prey. It's a good game. What other games have you been playing, Carlo? I know I saw some of your comments. You've been playing a lot of arcade games, or not arcade games, console games. Like PS5 and stuff, Xbox. But you have that 4K pinball. I'd be playing that thing a ton if I had one. Be trying to learn how to do that VPX standalone. I was watching Chaotic in half a dozen earlier. They had a VPX stream on their 4K pinball. Man, that's amazing what they're doing with that. Playing all those like classic pinball tables on there. And it looked like the music was good. The back glass was really cool. Like what they were doing, like how it was interactive on the back glass even. And a lot of those look just like the original pinball tables. I've been seeing PK, you know, owner, CEO of At Games. I've been seeing him a lot online lately, like on Facebook and on social media and YouTube, more so than ever. I'm wondering if he's going to be more open to doing like live interviews and stuff coming up now. Or maybe having a representative of At Games do that for him. I'd love to have someone from At Games come on the channel and talk with us. Yeah, tomorrow Jurassic Park drops. I'm getting that, Carlo said. Yeah, that Jurassic Park's pretty cool. Happy to see that they have brought that finally. That was a good one to get. I love those tables. Grouch Gamer saying this game is such a classic. It really is. I love all the Sega games, like all their first party games I love, but this is an excellent one. I can't believe it's been so long since we've had a Sega home console. Like, are they ever gonna make one again? I know they're trying to ramp up their game production. They're trying to come out with a bunch of new Sega modern games. So maybe a console is around the corner. It doesn't even have to be like a high-end console. They could make a, you know, $150, you know, budget console, and I think people would pay that, and they would buy it up. And just play like indie type games and then first party Sega titles. Did you guys see that? I have another move. I can swing around with my axe. Oh no, my camera says that. All right, can you guys hear me now? You should be able to hear me. Sorry about that. I'm using this like Sony camera here, and just like I didn't charge the battery before I started the stream, and whenever that happens, it dies too quickly. Even when it's got power on it, it'll die. So hopefully you guys can hear me. I know the audio is not going to be as good, guys. With this setup that I have, you probably aren't going to be able to hear me as good, but at least we can keep the stream going. Just a minute here while I get this all put back together. There we go. All right. Can you guys hear me? Sounds good. Okay, cool. Sounds good, Devastator Omega says. And Calvin Wong says it's good. Okay, cool. Awesome. And we're using a different camera this time. We're using my Elgato camera, which actually has a better frame rate, but the quality isn't as good. Wow, never had that happen before. But yeah, the battery just died on this thing. Actually, I could I could put it on the charger and maybe go back to it if we ever wanted to. But at least I didn't lose y'all. That's good. All right, let's get back to gaming. All right, what is this? Are we still on Golden Axe? If we are, let's go into the next game. Video, but no audio. That was earlier. Oh, Chaotic's here. Good to see you. His camera died. There he is. No audio yet. Yeah, I wonder how many viewers we lost when that happened. Ritual Delo's here. He says, hey, Biggie, late to the party. Chaotic says, Golden Axe needs to be a movie. Carlo says, money, yo, be made on these consoles. Atari is on to something. Hope they release it in television. So do I. Cool. Let's get back to gaming. So this is Rolling Thunder 2. I know this game very well. Been playing this on my iArcade. Been playing it on my At Games Legends Ultimate. Very good side-scrolling game. And it'll be interesting to see this console port of this, because I can already tell it's much different than the arcade port. Mike Cockhertz is here. He says, hi, everyone. Hey, Chaotic BPR. Long time no see. Yeah, I was enjoying your stream earlier, Chaotic. All that stuff you're doing with VPX or VPX Standalone is amazing. I'm really happy that someone in our community was able to learn all that and take advantage and share it with us. So this is very similar to the arcade port, but you can definitely see where some of the graphics has been downgraded, and the controls I wouldn't say are as good. Let me know with the new audio and stuff if you guys can hear the game. So in this one, you can't get hit. Like it's not a game you can run around and get hit. It's like once you get shot once or twice, you're already dead. The point is to avoid any damage. Ah, see? Keep dying from the guy throwing those damn grenades down. All right, so that's Rolling Thunder 2. We're moving along. How's it going tonight, Mike? Good to see you in the chat. Desert Strike. I know this game very well growing up. This was one of my dad's favorite games. We had this on the Super Nintendo, and we played this game all the time. All the time. And we bought all of them. We bought the Nuclear Strike, we bought the Soviet Strike, we bought the Urban Strike, but this one, Desert, was the best one. Gonna make one adjustment here on my mic. Bring that all the way up. Now does that sound better to you guys? Or am I too loud? You guys tell me. That's a lot of strikes, Calvin Wong says. It definitely is. All right, so this is our map, this is our mission, this is our status. Let's get into it. So you start on this aircraft carrier, and we're going into the desert. We're going into, what is this? Iraq. We're going into Iraq, guys. This was during George Bush days. Desert Storm. So what your objective is here, oh, that was an ammo crate. I didn't want to blow that up. But what you're doing is you're just taking all these people out. You're flying around the desert just destroying everything. Killing as many of these enemies as you can. And then destroying their tents. Even the parking guy. And see, they'll run from you too, like they're trying to get to safety and you can gun them down. Oh, Tampa Tech's here with a $10 super chat from Tampa Tech. That is awesome. I appreciate that, man. That's huge. That is so awesome. Tampa Tech, he's in the know of all the at-game stuff going on right now. So if you're looking for interesting new ways to mod your 4K pinball or this upcoming 4K Legends Ultimate Arcade that's about to come out, he's your guy. He has got all kinds of cool stuff to do with those. Like one of the first videos I saw of his on the 4K was about the topper and how you can change the lighting on the topper to make it change color. I thought that was really cool. So what we're doing here, we're just destroying these structures and we're looking for stuff. Sometimes you can find stuff inside these. And you want to save hostages too. Every once in a while you'll come across hostages and you have to take them to safety. Calvin Wong, Saddam Hussein, yes, that's who we're after in this game. And I think he's actually in the game, which I thought was really cool. They actually say his name, or maybe it's someone that looks like Saddam Hussein, but you know it's him. So we're blowing up their airfield, all their planes. And sometimes you'll blow up those structures and there'll be a guy with a missile launcher inside and he'll take you out. Calvin Wong says, I think it's 60 games. Definitely is. And I wish I had my chats up like I do my streams so I could bring up the super chat from Tampa Tech for $10. That is really cool. I appreciate that, man. Carl O saying, I played this instead of going back to Iraq in 1990. And Ralphie's here. He's saying, evening, everyone. Hit the like, guys. So that's Desert Strike. And there's many versions of this. Like I said, nuclear, urban, Soviet. I wish they would make more modern versions of these games because I would play them. I love those Desert Strike games. So this is called War Song. Made in '92, rally your allies and lead their armies to battle the evil empire and retrieve the legendary blade War Song. Let's check it out. Ray says, awesome, Tampa Tech. Mike says, looking TP have a 4KP in-house by early November after my move. Calvin Wong says, no missiles. We shot some missiles there. Carlos says, trying to get my lights, camera, action score up before the tourney is over. And Ray saying, I've been trying to get my score up. Israel Gaming says, my cock hurts. I have a Nintendo Switch Intech gaming mod and plan on getting the Sega Intech one as well. Is it any good? I love the Nintendo. Okay, very good. OBS, reconnection successful. So I'm having all kinds of tech issues tonight. I had my camera go out on me. Had to adjust all that to keep the stream going, and my it said chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect you. Successfully connected. Right, I lost you guys for a minute. I got to get my internet looked at. It's acting all kinds of weird. Israel Gaming says I have a Mortal Kombat 11 playing on it right now. Got to check out the trailer for the Mouse Pie for Hire. So this looks like it's going to be another RPG game, guys. They throw a lot of these RPGs on this on these Sega Mini consoles. They always throw a lot of these RPGs on here for some reason. Let's go. Yeah. Okay, how do I start? Okay. There we go. I have no clue what I'm doing here. This is definitely a strategy game. It's not one I'm going to play tonight. Mike says I got it all on Amazon. He says there will be some charts that don't run, so I advise picking up one of the 160-in-1 carts for Genesis to have on hand as a backup. Atomic Runner, play that next. Made in 1992. Alien invaders are here to conquer Earth. Let's check it out. Words, ain't got no time for that. Did you guys see me like lose connection? Because my OBS says I lost connection, but it doesn't seem like it changed at all for you guys. But if I happen to lose you guys tonight and I don't say bye, it's because I'm having internet issues. So just be forewarned that could happen tonight. Probably going to have to call my internet provider when I get back from vacation. Have them send me out a new modem. Man, this game is tough. Okay, it's one of those run and gun games, so you can't stop. Or you can, but it's still moving, you see? So you can't, you gotta keep going. Tough game. All right. That one could be fun if you could learn it and get good at it, but it is not very forgiving. All right, so that was Atomic Runner. We're on to Splatterhouse 2, guys. Splatterhouse is such a great game. This is the second one. Ralphie says Sewer Shark. Yeah, it's got Sewer Shark on here. And I was, earlier tonight, before I started stream, I was just watching the intro to that game. It's a fantastic game. Goofy saying he did see a short pause for a minute when I lost connection. That's really cool how it reconnected. We haven't dropped any frames since, so should be good. This is a total ripoff of Jason Voorhees, though. Or was Jason a ripoff of this game? Or is that supposed to be Jason? I don't know. You know, blood and gore and all that back in the early 90s was a big deal. It was very restricted. Like government was involved. Like lawmakers would meet. They would talk about the violence in video games and blood in video games. There's a game actually on this Sega CD game on here called Night Trap, which was very controversial when it came out. And I should make like a video or a short on that. I thought it was pretty interesting. But lawmakers were trying to restrict people from buying it and trying to prevent companies from making games that had violence and blood and stuff like that. And now today, it's like you can pretty much make a video game about whatever you want. They thought it was going to make children violent. Like if they played a video game like that, that it would make them that way. Or the games, they couldn't do like a rated R rating, so they thought it was too accessible. So you didn't see a lot of games like this. Got him, I think. Yeah, his guts came out. It's a ripoff. Mortal Monday. Stage 2, a secret entrance to the house. Man, this is much tougher than what I was just doing. They're jumping around. Dang it. Try that again. So the button I'm using the most here is the B button. What I like about this 6-button controller is there's actually like a little groove on the B button that kind of lets your finger know that's like your main button. I like that. Because, and then it looks like your Y, which is your smaller button right above it, has 2 of those little grooves on it. All right, so talking about, you know, the lawmakers getting involved in video games and everything. This was the #1 game that they were most concerned about, was this Night Trap, made in '92. It says the line between game and movie blurs in this interactive horror adventure. Let's check it out. Too much violence in video games will turn you into a psycho, even worse, a politician. Good comment, Mike. All right. So we've been streaming now for 1 hour and 40 minutes. We've had a number of tech issues tonight, but we're still streaming. We're still live. Nothing can stop us. So this Sony camera I use, I've just got to fully charge this thing before I stream. I got to remember to do that. Because it will charge while it's streaming, but if the battery is too low, it can't charge fast enough to keep up with the stream and the amount of battery it uses while I stream. But if it's fully charged, it should last, 3.5, 4 hours. All right, so here we are, Night Trap. So I picked the bedroom. Okay, so we can go to these different rooms and check them out. Oh! We got someone in that room. No one in there. Uh-oh. How do I capture them? I don't know what I'm doing here. Access, orange, purple. I can change rooms. I can see these people roaming around the house. But how do I capture them? Now I don't see anybody. We saw them go into that room. Do you guys know how to play Night Trap? Can you guys tell me how to play? Because I don't know. Funny, Mr. and Mrs. Gore were against the Gore. What am I doing here? I want to play this game. Oh, here we go.
Please have to go too. Whoa. What's this? This is special vintage. Oh, Jeffrey, don't be so selfish. Think of the poor, starving augurs.
Can you all hear that dialogue?
They're here.
Good.
What's the matter with you anyway?
I don't know. Bored, I guess.
Bored. Well, that's gonna change pretty soon, huh? I mean, we're on our own tonight.
So?
Let me know if y'all can hear Night Trap with them speaking.
That's 6. That's gotta be some kind of record.
Yeah, well, I don't think you understand, Jeff. I'm not interested in that stuff anymore.
Are those people going to get killed?
Close the door. You close the door. How hard can it be to close the door?
Cheesy late 80s, early 90s type TV show. Love Night Trap. Okay, so this was a TV show. So I was born in 82, so I didn't know about this show. But I did see it said the show was in 1986, but the game was made in 92.
That's weird, Eddie. He's just one of the neighbors. He's really cute now. He's really cute.
I love the Sega CD games though when these came out, because it was so crazy to see video in a console. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to do that. It was so weird to see video in a console, you know, because we're playing cartridges. We've never seen anything like this before. So it was amazing.
Why is it locked?
Danny, we'd all like to thank you very much for letting us come up this weekend. It's very nice of you.
Our pleasure, my dear.
What's this?
Devastator Omega says it wasn't a TV show. The style it was filmed reminds me of that era. Israel Gaming says, Biggie D, when we were playing the Punisher online, yeah, we got to play Punisher online when that Marvel vs. Capcom collection comes out. Mike Hawkert says they won't get killed if you save them. Okay. How do I save them though? I see the possible keeps going up. Capture at 0, but all I have the option of doing here is green, access, red. What does all that mean?
Bye, girls. Have fun. Curious little...
Purple?
What's wrong?
Well, there's something about Kelly.
I have no clue how to control this.
Oh, Victor.
They were on the roof last time I saw them. There they are. You need to monitor each room to find the bad guys and trap them. Okay, what is the yellow access, orange access? What is all that stuff? Is green like I'm telling them it's okay or something?
Do you really think we should be leaving them here alone?
Why not?
Well, do you think they can handle it?
Of course they can. What could possibly go wrong? Come on, darling. The augers are waiting.
Right. Sarah, your parents are leaving. So?
Okay, so they're in the living room. The parents just left. Here they are. How do I stop them? Very cool, ahead of our time for sure, or ahead of its time. Pretty cool we're playing this on this little mini console too. You guys should see how small this little console is. Actually, I should be able to show y'all. So there it is. It's just this little console right here. All right, well, I've got to learn how to play this game because this would be one of the games I would like actually sit down and play all the way through. This is kind of cool, actually. Like if I could prevent these intruders from like killing these people, that would be kind of fun. So do we get to watch them like actually do anything, or do we just... We saw them go in that room. Oh, like, here we go. All right, I'm gonna have to learn how to play this. This is very cool. Like, I'm gonna look up later, how do I play this game, get a strategy, play that all the way through. That's pretty cool. Yeah, the one girl is a fox, Carlo is saying. So this is Sewer Shark 92. Very cool game. This is a lot of fun. Probably one of my favorites on the Mini 2 so far has been this one. Goofy says, didn't realize Kimberly Drummond was in this game. LOL, pre-drugs and robbery. Mike Hawkhart says, this was the material that deemed this too sexual. Just girls at a slumber party, overreactions by the government. And he also says, at Goofyfoot, I think this was when she was just starting to get into trouble at Goofyfoot. What a shame. So that was Kimberly Drummond is who you guys are talking about. It must have been before my time because I don't know who that is. Kimberly Drummond. Kimberly Drummond is daughter and sole biological offspring of Philip Drummond. Looks like she was an actress.
First time, huh, rookie? Hey, listen. I hear they're putting you in with Ghost today. Now that's my main man. Greatest
And what is she known for here?
Give him your best stuff, and he'll keep you flying. Maybe all the way to Solar City, huh?
Different strokes.
Short time. I'm Falco. You'll be hearing from me.
Looks like
The guy you're replacing?
she's got a huge family though.
Tough guy smirk on his face that you do.
Famous people in her family.
They're out there now blotting him up.
But she was in a show called Different Strokes.
Ghost here. I always come back for more. Let's go!
Real name Dana Plato. Goofy says, yeah, pretty sad what addiction does to some people. Mike says Kimberly was the character she was best known for. Carl O says, did you see the remake version of Star Wars Bounty Hunter came out this month? It's over a 20-year-old game. No, I didn't see that, Carl O. That's pretty cool. I know we got a couple of new Star Wars games coming out. Outlaws is coming out, and then there's another one that's coming out that's going to be showed off at PAX West for the Nintendo Switch Star Wars game.
Stay cool. Don't let him freak you out. Catfish the whole hog.
Israel Gaming says, so Biggie D in chat, I have a problem. Want to buy new marquee for X-Men 97 cab from Zabo's Arcade. I was thinking maybe a Marvel versus Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. That's a great one, or X-Men Coda. I would say between the two, I'd go with the Marvel Superheroes or the Marvel versus Street Fighter. I think that's a great looking marquee. But the X-Men Children of the Atom's not bad either. So what we're doing, we're going through these sewers and we're trying to eliminate these rats. And this was a Sega CD game. All right, so it's telling me to go right.
Get this straight on track, Pencilneck.
Pretty impressive game though for 92.
We got some hungry critters wearing Snyder, brave Snyder. Wrong way, but brave.
So when those arrows are coming up, should I be going the direction that they're telling me? Because I don't know how to turn this ship. I just know how to shoot. Maybe I got to hold a button and do the D-pad or something? I don't know. Or am I just going wherever it takes me? But I've been hired to fly this thing through this sewer and kill all these things. Mike Cockert says, this was the pack-in game for Sega CD Model 2, which was the one I got on Christmas, the holiday it launched. Very cool, Mike. Israel Gaming says, X-Men Mutant Apocalypse or Marvel Superheroes in War of the Gems. Those two games, I like X-Men Mutant Apocalypse better. I think that's the better of the two. It's actually a pretty good game. So that's Sewer Shark. Pretty cool. Sega CD game. And I think they put like 6 CD games on here, and we've seen a couple of them already. This is Lightning Force Quest for the Dark Star. The 4th installment of TechnoSoft's side-scrolling shooter series in 1993. We've got an original mode and we've got a high-speed mode. We'll just go with original. You guys can see if you watched my Genesis Mini 2 or Mini stream. I keep saying Mini too when I talk about the Mini. But the Mini was the first one we played last week. That one did not have any CD games on it at all. But this one included the CD games and also included some more modern, later released Sega Genesis games that we didn't get to see on that other console. Also, I like the menu system on the Mini too. I think it's a little better easier to navigate, looks a little better. So this is another shmup. But it looks like we got like sand blowing around. Makes it a little harder to see the enemies, I guess. Or maybe we're on Mars or something. Ooh, hard. Man, that sand that's blowing around though, that really throws me off. I don't know if I like how that looks. I'd rather they had just left that out. This boss is pretty cool though. Okay, so it looks like I've got shots behind me too. Okay, I can change my shots. Okay. Cool. That's a good shmup there. Not liking that blowing sand effect, but other than that, the game's pretty good. X-Men 2 Clone Wars, please. Devastator Omega says. Israel says, but the marquee for those games would be the Super Nintendo cover art, right? Because there were no arcade ports for those games, unfortunately. This is Elemental Master. So let's see where, look at all these games, guys. There's so many games on this system. It's crazy. We're gonna have to move through these a little quicker than I've been doing. Because we've been live for 2 hours already. We're not even halfway through the games yet. Elemental Master, 1993 Technosoft. It looks like we can select what stage we want. Go here. All right. The controls are pretty good on that game, but I think we got an idea of what that was and what it offered. So we'll go on to the next one. There'll be a few games in here I'll definitely spend some more time playing, but a lot of these I'll just kind of skip through so you guys can see what they look like. Ninja Warriors, 93. So this was a Sega CD Mega CD game. It's all in Japanese by Taito, so not sure if this ever came out in America or not. The marquees for those games would be the Super Nintendo cover art, right? Because there were no arcade ports for those games. You're right, Israel Gaming, there were no arcade ports for those games. Out of the marquees that you've suggested so far, I would recommend getting that X-Men versus Street Fighter. Yeah, it's not Marvel versus Street Fighter, it's X-Men versus Street Fighter. It's a very good marquee. One of these lit marquees I have on the wall behind me is that one. And it's got 6 X-Men characters on the left side, and it's got 6 of your Street Fighter characters on the right side. And it's got the logo in the middle, and it's got the diamond plate for the background. Goofy saying, good night all, up for work in 5 hours. Have a good night, Goofy. If I don't see you in the chat between now and Saturday when your new Coke arrives, definitely enjoy it, and I'll see what you think of it in the chat next time I see you. We should be streaming Sunday night, so if you're able to be online Sunday, hopefully we'll hear what you think of it. But have a good night. Devastator Omega says, off topic, this morning on the news, some guy, former Pentagon, says U.S. government is aware of intelligent life visiting Earth. Heard that? Wild. Hope they bring games with them. No way. I mean, I know that on that subject, Devastator, that there are UFOs and that the government are aware of the UFOs. They've made it known to us, the public, that there are investigations into UFOs. And they call them aerial phenomena now. They don't call it a UFO anymore. So, I mean, I've thought, that there may be, some type of alien life or technology here already. Crazy I'm saying that, but it's probably real. I don't think if there were aliens here that we would know about them. Like, they're definitely going to have enough technology and common sense to not let us know that they're here. But that's pretty cool, man. I'll have to look all that up because I'm always interested in that stuff. This kind of looks like Lady Deadpool. We'll just call this game the Sega Genesis Lady Deadpool game. Oh, I'm a robot. Cool. What is that? That was Ninja Warriors. And I don't know if that ever came out here or not. All right, so this is Night Striker. Again, this is in that Japanese Mega CD artwork Taito game. You guys will have to tell me too, and I'll rewatch this. Is the audio better when I was using my Sony camera, like earlier, the first hour of the stream, or is it better now, where I have all my mic plugged directly into my computer? I feel like it's better the first hour than it's been since I had to make those adjustments. But good that you guys can still hear me. So this is a Mega CD game. This would have been a CD-based game, one of the first. Stage A in a large city. This kind of looks like that Batman game that came out. And was Batman a Sega CD game? I think it was. Man, those textures are so blocky in this. It's kind of hard to make out what you're shooting at. Man, that'll give you a headache looking at that. Not a fan of it. Night Striker, not a fan of. Okay, guys, now this is the highlight of this console, this Mini 2. They've got Final Fight Sega CD on here, guys. Now the cool thing about Final Fight Sega CD is the music, the background music was incredible with this. Compared to like the arcade port and the Sega Genesis or whatever console ports there were of Final Fight. I know there was an SNES port, but this one was really cool because the music was great in this one. So let's check this out. This is one of my favorite versions of Final Fight. Took a little time to load there. I have to be at work at 6 a.m. in the morning myself, but I'm still going to stream until midnight if I can tonight. Just go with a little sleep because I'm going to be on vacation starting tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. so I can sleep on my vacation. Man, what a cool version of Final Fight this is. This is so great. It is a little sluggish compared to the arcade version. Like when I'm hitting them and stuff, it does feel like it just a little sluggish there. But you probably get used to that the more you play it. Check, make sure the stream's still coming in good, guys. Where's my cell phone? Make sure we're still going. Yep, looks like we're streaming. I see Final Fight. I see 9 of y'all in the chat. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight, guys. Man, this is a good game. We're going to have to just do a stream of this game all the way through one night. But can y'all hear the music on that? Let me turn it up a little bit. Got a little guitar in the background. Electric guitar. Man, I loved Final Fight when I was growing up. It was like one of my favorite arcade games to play. We'll get through this boss here. Devastator says, wonder if anyone online on Arcade 1UP version of Final Fight. So if you have the Street Fighter, it's got the online version of Final Fight. I don't have that cabinet, so I've not ever played it online. I have the original Arcade 1UP Final Fight cabinet. I love it. But again, I don't have online, so you know, it's more for the nostalgia now, the look of it. I did play it all the way through. I beat the game. The only game I really competitively still play on there to try to like score chase is the Ghosts and Goblins. That arcade ROM is very good on that. But probably won't go play Final Fight much more on it now that I've beaten it on there. But this, I'm going to play this all the way through here. This Sega CD version. I like the differences in this one. All right, cool. You guys saw all that. I mean, it's an amazing version of Final Fight on the Sega Genesis Mini 2. All right, Echo the Dolphin. We played Echo the Dolphin on the Sega Mini last week. This is the Echo the Dolphin Sega CD version. I don't know what differences this has. Wasn't a big Echo the Dolphin fan, or no, don't have a lot of experience with these games. But I know they're big for Sega. Sega loves this. This is one of their big games. Made in '93. Yeah, it looks very similar to the Genesis version that we played last week. It may just have like a few graphical advances, like it may look a little bit better, I think, than the Genesis version did. Just a tad bit better. I think where the CD games really stand out, if it's not going to be like video, like Sewer Shark or Night Trap, it's going to be the music. And the sound effects may sound, or should sound, much better. Especially the audio files. I think I need to get through here. That's my sonar. All right, we'll jump out of Echo. See, I just wanted to show that one off to you guys. Getting into some good games here. Some really good games. There's a ton left. Ranger X, '93. Ranger X. Let's check this out. A lot going on in the background there. I have no clue how to shoot these guys or kill them. It's like I got this little flame thing and then I got this gun. A lot of enemies on the screen right now. A lot going on. It almost feels like and looks like it's lagging when you have like all those enemies on at one time. All right, so that's Ranger X. We're gonna be moving along now, guys, so we can get through all these games tonight. So Devastator says, I found a former Pentagon name, Lou Elizondo, apparently credible background and did work with the Pentagon, who granted him permission to do the bare minimum, says UAPs are real, wild, wild. Yeah, I definitely think this unidentified aerial phenomena is definitely real. I mean, we've seen videos of it, countless videos, so we know it's real. But is that technology, is that from another planet? Is that alien technology? Or is that something advanced that humans have done here that's just, you know, not been uncovered? It's like another country, or maybe it's some group that's highly funded that's creating this technology that we don't know what it is yet. So I can't rule out it being some type of aliens, but you also can't rule out that it could be humans creating all those UAPs also. But you've seen some crazy videos, flying at like insane speeds, going underwater, doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So another shmup, you got plenty. If you're a shmup fan, you got plenty on the Sega Genesis Mini too. Enough to keep you busy for a long time. Cool game. And then now this is, what is this game here? Sylpheed. 93 vertical scrolling shooter. So it looks like we got another shmup. This is a Sega CD game, guys, so it may offer something pretty cool compared to the Genesis shmups we've been playing. Looks like it's using some like Star Fox type graphics. Stage 1. Let's go. Okay. This is pretty cool. I like the planet in the background in the shmup. I think that's pretty cool. On this console, I think I'm most interested in these CD games. They're just so cool to see that what they did with these. Because I never had the Sega CD. I had the 32X, but I never got the CD. Yeah, this is pretty cool. This is the way you want to play a shmup right here. I like the planets and stuff in the background. That's pretty cool. Looks like there's a big ship here to our right. That's awesome. Whoa. Pretty cool. Nice. That's a great game. Steps says, damn, still going. Yeah, in Steps, we haven't even gotten close to finishing yet. There are a ton of games on this little system. Tons. I'll show you what we've done so far. So we've done all this, right? And this is what we have left to go. So we're maybe a little more than halfway. I'm going to try and get through these before midnight. We got an hour and 10 minutes. Sonic the Hedgehog CD. I have the Steam version of this game. Very good Sonic the Hedgehog game. The music's really good in this Sonic version. But the actual game, how it plays and stuff, isn't much different than the Sonic the Hedgehog on Genesis. It's more so just the music. Step says it's 2 a.m. here, LOL. It's 10:50 here. We won't be so much of a difference in time when the time changes. Because Arizona, we don't partake in the time changes. So soon we'll only be 3 hours apart rather than 4. Or what time it's 2? We're 3 hours apart right now. We'll be 2 hours apart here soon. Is the sound on the game pretty good? Steps, tell me if you can hear the game all right. Yeah, I went to the Grand Canyon in the summer and it was a 3-hour difference. Sound is good. Okay, cool. Yeah, you know, I've lived here for 2.5 years. I still haven't been to the Grand Canyon yet. Got to get out there, especially before I move to Oklahoma in March. I'm only going to be here for about 6 more months and then I'm out. So I got to check out Grand Canyon. I also want to go down to Tucson and check that area out. I'm going to go check, I'm going to be very close to the Grand Canyon this week and this weekend for my vacation. I'm going to be on the Colorado River in Lawton and Bullhead City. Bullhead City, Arizona is on one side of the river. The other side is Lawton, Nevada. But you can see in the distance the Grand Canyon. It's that close to the west end of the Grand Canyon, you can see. But I actually want to go hike that area, like do like a week-long hike through the whole canyon, or as much as I can handle. Oklahoma, lots of tornadoes, yeah. So I work for a company. We have an office here in Phoenix. We have an office in Denver, Colorado, and we have one in Oklahoma City. And I chose Oklahoma City because I'm from Texas and my family lives only a few hours south of there in Dallas. So I thought that was a great location because I'm far enough away from the family where I don't get bothered, but I'll be close enough I can go visit them. And Colorado, I can actually get to some mountains in Colorado from there. It'd be a 6-hour drive. And then I can go east to Arkansas. They have the Ozark Mountains. That's only a 2-hour drive. So it'll be nice. It'll be a good place to live, I think. Not to mention Oklahoma has a lot of cool stuff too. They got Broken Bow Lake, which is amazing. And they got the Wichita Mountains, which are only less than an hour drive. It's going to be back to high humidity, though. Like, they've been really hot this last week there with really high humidity. But I'm used to tornadoes. Being from Texas, my whole life I've lived going through tornado drills and all that. Like, your chances of getting hit by one is very rare, very slim. Like, it's always possible, but like, I've never, in all the years I lived in Texas, I never saw a tornado, not once. I saw the destruction, but I never saw, like, actually saw the actual tornado itself. Arizona, much more desirable place to live, is what Step says. Yeah, you say that. And if you live up north or you live even southeast of here, of Phoenix, it is very desirable, beautiful area of the country. But Phoenix, it's a hellhole. It's so freaking hot here. Like, we've been 115 degrees every single day for like weeks on end. And our lows are like 90, 91 degrees. That's some of the highs that you get up north. So I'm tired of it. Like, I enjoyed the outdoors much more living in Texas than I do here, just because the heat. Now, I can go outside of Phoenix and have no issue. Like, it's much cooler everywhere else. It's just something about the valley here, the Salt River Valley. The heat just collects and it's miserable. Devastator says stone throw away from Dallas, can go to Cowboys games again, Mavericks games, Mahomes. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I love the Mavericks, huge Cowboys fan. And that'll be the good thing, is getting back into the sports in that area, because football is king in that area of the country, and I love football. All right, so this is Toe Jam and Earl Panic on Funkatron. All right, let's jump in here. Come on. This is the sequel. So we can play with just Earl, just Toe Jam, or we can play with both. So we're going to play with both. Oh, we have to have two controllers. Okay. Just Toe Jam then. Now this is much different than the first one. The first one was an over the top. This is a side-scrolling. I don't know. I think the original might have been the better received of the two. I think they did make a remake of this though. It should be pretty good. Wasn't this on the iArcade at one point? Oh, I'm even underwater now. That's pretty cool. Toe Jam and Earl, Funkatron game, pretty good game. All right, so another CD, Mansion of Hidden Souls. No, we're getting into 1994 now, guys. Step says there's more modern game for Toe Jam and Earl that was on the iArcade. Okay. I need to get that side loaded onto my iArcade. I eventually finally got Retromania Wrestling on it, so now my cab's complete with Retromania. Man, you were saying, Steps, that your screen is pretty good on your iArcade. You need to get this screen that Buy Stuff put out. Realize that the light gun games play much better with that IPS BOE screen. Like, it picks up the border for the sending gun much better now. Kind of looks like the entrance to the Resident Evil house. It's very slow though. Very, very slow. Like if I press right, 1, 2, it takes like 2 seconds for it to catch up. Jump out of that one. Step says the original iArcade I had was terrible. But I guess the new one you have, the screen's pretty good, you were saying. Fatal Fury 2, 1994, fighting game. You like Fatal Fury, right, Steps? King of Fighters. I got the 6-button controller now, or I guess this would only use 4 buttons, right? I think I got Fatal Fury 3 loaded on my arcade a few weeks ago. Need to play that some more. I don't have much experience with these Neo Geo fighters. But it's never too late to pick them up and play them. I didn't get that MVSX that everybody got. Step says, I don't have time to play all I'd love to play, and I don't even have a job right now. You're still unemployed? I know you've been doing content for that channel and making income that way. Do you even need to get a new job right now? I'm gonna go grab a drink, guys. Actually, I'm gonna make a drink, a nightcap. So bear with me, guys. Hopefully you can hear me. Man, I heard my audio on the stream with P-Dubs, and I was using that Yeti glass for my drink, and you guys could hear the ice through the whole stream. I cannot use that Yeti anymore, or can't use the Yeti on streams. All right, so I've got a bottle here for a nightcap. And this is a cheap bottle of whiskey I found at the grocery store. It's called Samuel Grant. Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. It's not very good, but it was only $9. So I said I'd give it a shot, and I wasn't very impressed. Steps made some chats here. She goes, I don't have time to play. Okay, I had a severance, not much left. Had a fun summer, time to move on and get busy working. Yeah, definitely. You don't want to go too long without a job because then they start questioning, you know, why were you unemployed for so long? But also you want to enjoy your time off because we work our whole life. You know, you're going to remember this time you had off to enjoy stuff. Go to the theme parks, things like that. So also enjoy the time you've had or you get off because when you're back to work, that's over. And then also you have to collect all your vacation time and all that again too. Start over on vacation, PTO. Step says, I never would call off unless I was sick, always busted my butt. Top 5 performer. I was fine to take a break for a while. All right, virtual racing, guys. I love these style of Sega games. Virtua Racing, Virtua Fighter. What other ones did we have? Take a crack at working for yourself, side hustles. I'm looking to get out of corporate America myself. Tired of it, sick of it. That's good advice, Devastator. Most of all the successful people that are younger, you know, that haven't been doing this their whole life, the way they got there was being an entrepreneur and starting their own thing. So this is the Genesis version. I think there was a 32X version of this, which would have looked and probably played a bit better than this one. The graphics are definitely hard to follow in this one. I love this style of graphics on these Sega titles, but man, this Genesis version is really rough. Makes it hard to see what's in the distance. So would not recommend that version, but I do love Virtua Fighter, Virtua Racing. All right, Outrunners, this is going to be a secret. We're getting into some really good games now, guys. It was a slow start because we started from oldest. We're going to newest. So we're hitting some really big, what we call bangers. This is Outrunners, 1994. Step says, I've been doing some work on my own. It's not consistent though. Yeah, that's the one thing about, you know, starting your own business or starting your own type of, you know, way to make money, income, is that the consistency. Like it can vary, you know, based on how well you're doing at that time. But it shouldn't take long before you, if you're successful, you start getting out of that to where it's more reliable. It's those first few years that are the hardest. All right, I want to play. What is going on here? Did I pick 2-player on accident? Or is that just who I'm racing? Looks like that's who I'm racing. So it's got this over the top view of the two competitors. I don't like that. Like where it splits the screen down the middle. I just don't like that. Takes away too much of my view. I don't need to watch the computer. I see Saguaro Cactus. They're in Arizona. There's a guy on a horse on the street. Looks like that may be the Grand Canyon in the background there that they're trying to do. So you gotta slow down or you hit the wall. Like you can't just hold the gas the whole time. So that's Outrunners, guys. Sega Genesis. Now, Streets of Rage 3. This is a game that I really love. This is a very good beat 'em up game. Streets of Rage, all of them are, but 3 is just probably one of the best of the Genesis ones that released. Made in '94. And I think this one I played quite a bit, actually. Let's check. No, I don't have any save states, so I haven't. You get Zan in this one. I think this is a guy that had those robot arms. Or maybe they're not robot. Maybe they're just really long arms. No, they are. See how they come out. These Streets of Rage beat 'em up games, man, they were killing it this time with these games. They play so good. I still think I like Final Fight more though. All right, so that's Streets of Rage 3. Very good game. That is definitely one of the games you're going to want to play if you get this console. That's a system seller right there. So my favorites, let's kind of just recap before we get into these next set of games. Which ones have I liked the most so far? Streets of Rage 3. Final Fight CD. Night Trap, I'm very intrigued by Night Trap. I want to learn how to play that because that I'm going to want to go back to and actually play through. Desert Strike, I absolutely love that game. It's just I've played it so many times. And that's it. So far, those are my top ones. Night Trap, Final Fight, Streets of Rage 3. Now we're into Super Street Fighter 2. This is New Challengers, 1994. So you got your Street Fighter 2 that came out on it. And then this was the second Street Fighter for Genesis. And these versions play and look a little different than the Nintendo versions. They're just a little off in how they look. I played Street Fighter on Super Nintendo, so I can definitely see the differences and hear the differences in the Sega versions. Oop. So one thing about this 6-button controller is it's got a little menu button on the top right. And that's how you get back into the main menu. But when you're playing these fighting games and you're using all these buttons, I accidentally hit that menu button all the time. Man, he's kicking my butt the second round. I killed him that first round. Oh. Very sluggish though, very slow. Compared to the, you know, arcade ROMs that we play of Street Fighter. All right, I don't want to spend a ton of time playing that because we know what Street Fighter looks like. Just wanted to see the differences in the Sega version. RPG returns, Shining Force 2 for the Sega Genesis. So 2 hours, 45 minutes, guys. I'm going to just stream until we get through all these games. I know a lot of y'all are going to bed, but I'm going to be up late. Come on, let's go. All right, I don't want to do all this menu. You can see what that is, an RPG game. Israel game. Oh, hey, Arcade Talk made it. What's up, Big ED? Hi, everyone. Good to see you, Arcade Talk. So this is the sequel to Echo the Dolphin called The Tides of Time, a Sega CD game from '94. Israel Gaming says, still here and still watching, Big ED. Sorry for not chatting as much, trying to edit at the same time. No problem, man. I know, you know, you guys are got other stuff going on too. And that's cool. You can edit while watching. That's cool. Video editing takes so long. So time consuming. Good to see Big ED. Good to see you, Arcade Talk. I didn't get to watch your stream last Thursday. It was like one of the only weeks I missed your stream, but I'm looking forward to seeing what you got this week because all this stuff going on with games right now and the pricing and the flipper lag supposedly getting fixed now. And we got Jurassic Park coming out tomorrow. And I heard you won a free gift card, a free Games gift card in the Flipper Friends tournament. How much did you win? Was it just like a $10 gift card or more? Was it more than that? Weird. There's two of us. All right, so that's Echo of Dolphins, Tides of Time for the Sega CD. Steps is saying she's heading to bed again. Yeah, video editing, it's very rewarding, but it is time consuming. So like I did a video for that install of my monitor in my iArcade. It probably took me less than 30 minutes to film all that, maybe 45 minutes to film it all. But it took me probably like 4 hours to edit it all. You know, and that's the time consuming part. And you won a $25 gift card, T. McCloskey. That's awesome. Was that first place that you got? And what table was that you won in Flipper Friends? Probably talk more about Jurassic Park tomorrow. Yeah, I'm interested. I love those Jurassic Park tables. You know, we had that tournament on your channel, and I participated in that one using my PS5. Had a really good time with that Jurassic Park table. Hopefully we do another one soon of the Jurassic World or that other Jurassic Park table, because I've got that one. I'll do your pinball tournaments if I own the games, but if I don't, I probably will sit out. That's why I haven't played in the recent ones. And I've bought so many Zen tables, it's like I got to take a break. Can't be buying them every week. And they're expensive right now. Like Steam is running deals, but I play Pinball FX on my PS5. And those games are expensive on the PS5. They don't really run deals that often. So, you know, you can pay full price for a lot of those. All right, this is Clay Fighters for the Genesis from '94. Fighting game. And have a good night, Steps. Get a good night's rest. We'll see you on YouTube when you get up. Arcade Talk says only buy Zen tables when on sale. Yeah, that's been my rule. I remember when Steam, they had everything on sale, and I bought up a bunch of them for my PC. The only thing is I can only run FX3 on that PC. FX will not, there's not enough power on that PC to run FX. So I've been playing FX on my PS5. I can play it on my Switch, but I can't participate in the tournaments on my Switch. I hope they fix that soon to where FX Switch can be part of those tournaments. So this is Clay Fighters, very clunky fighting game. This was just more for humor and enjoyment than actual competitive fighting game. So jump out of that one. Devastator says, tried Eternal Champions on Sega CD yet? That needs to be remade or modern day new game. I'm glad you brought that up, Devastator. I play Eternal Champions CD, the Sega CD version of my iArcade all the time. It looks and plays amazing on there. Arcade Talk says they do not tell you which table you will win the prize on. Okay. So they do not tell you which table you will win the prize on. But you won. You got $25 gift card. That's awesome. And you're getting all the review copies of these too. I bet you've been playing Jurassic Park already. You probably already have your review video made for Jurassic Park. So this is a good side-scrolling platformer right here. It's called Rise Star or something like that. Let's see, what game is this? Yeah, Rise Star. That's a good one. This is what is this? Crusader of Sinti. Made in '95. Yeah, Eternal Champions Devastator. I've been playing that so much on my iArcade. Great fighting game. I love the backgrounds on that one. I love like the stories, the characters, the outfits, like the costumes for all the characters. It's really well made. There's tons of characters to select from and learn to play with. I was actually talking about Eternal Champions. They need to make a remake of that. And it's funny, I'm getting deja vu. I was watching Chaotic earlier tonight, his stream. They were doing the VPX standalone on the At Games 4K pinball, and they were talking Eternal Champions tonight on that stream. So a little deja vu there. So this was a over-the-top RPG. It looks like they were trying to do what Zelda was doing at that time with A Link to the Past. You can definitely see they were trying to use that style here. Even his sword looks very similar to Link's sword. Cool. I wish. I'm not big enough to get the tables early. Oh, I thought you got them early. But they do send you review versions of those. But you don't get them early, okay. They probably are limited on how soon they can release something, even if it's a review copy. I know they've got all kinds of fine print with their deals they've made on those tables to bring them to the platform. Even heard they can't delay stuff. So we got the flipper lag on the At Games pinball right now, and they got to keep releasing the Zen tables on schedule, because if they delay them, that could ruin the deal that they have with those, and it could delay those tables even farther. So that's why they keep releasing them, even with the flipper lag. So this is Shining Force, guys, another RPG. This is a CD version of it, though. So it should look and play really good. See if we can get into some gameplay quickly without wasting too much time. Normally they want you to read all this stuff first. Here we go. Now see, I'm more intrigued with this RPG than I have been the other ones we've seen tonight, because this is a Sega CD version of it. And I never had the Sega CD, and I'd be interested to play these games. I did finish Link's Awakening a couple days ago, finally. That is an excellent RPG game. The Link's Awakening remake for Nintendo Switch. All right, too much dialogue there for me. We're on a time crunch tonight. We got a goal here, a mission in mind to get through the rest of these games before I end the stream. So that's why we're going through them so quickly tonight, Arcade Talk. I've been on live for 3 hours. So trying to wrap up these, last 10 games here in the next 30 minutes, if we can. This is the Ooze. Oh, Carlo's still here. He says, I'm still up, but Crash and Suit, Biggie D, is dedicated. Yeah, I know it's getting late for you, Carl. You're on the East Coast. All right, so you've got this Ooze. This is kind of cool. You can move around. This is actually a good idea for a video game. And I guess you can become transform into different stuff. This is actually very cool. So there's those buckets of ooze. I don't know what I'm doing here yet. Oh, I died. Carlos sending some chats here. Arcade Talk, yeah, I like Jurassic Park release tomorrow. We'll still have lag on it. Yeah, September 12th is the date, and that should be the day that Adam's Family finally gets fixed. Alien Soldier for the Mega Drive. Carlos says, I bought Prey and GTA 5 tonight. Wrapping up Quantum Break. What a cool game. What did you pay for GTA 5? I saw GTA 5 was only $20 for PS5 this week. And I own that on Steam. I own it on PS3. But I was like, maybe I should get it for PS5. But I know GTA 6 is right around the corner, and that's why those games are dropping. How much did you pay for Prey? If you're still up. If not, I'll find out later from you. Jason says, what's up, everyone? Jason made it. It's getting late, but Jason's here. Look at these little head things I'm killing with the teeth. It's pretty funny. These little like alien things I'm killing are crazy looking. 3 hours, you're on fire, LOL. Yeah, I'm gonna try and wrap up at 12 o'clock in 30 minutes. We still got, what is this, 10 games left. So if we've got 30 minutes with 10 games left, what is that per game? Let's do some math. Carlos says, Jason is up to the gang is all here. Tampa Tech dropped by with the super chat. Yeah, that was awesome. $10. That's one of the biggest super chats I've ever got. I think I got $20 once. But that was very cool of him. I need to, you know, he'd be a great guest. I'm going to have to ask Tampa Tech if he wants to come on a live stream soon and talk with us. Jason says, nice, Carlo. Been a busy night. Just been chatting on Discord after a couple of live streams. Didn't know Biggie D was on. I posted a community post to let everyone know, but that was a couple of days ago. And I don't think I did enough promotion to let people know I was streaming. Prey sale ends in a couple hours. It's $10 on Steam with the extra DLC. Okay. I've got Prey on Steam already though, so I wonder if I can buy just the DLC separate. Israel says, hello, Jason, with a wave. This is Sonic 3D Blast, guys, 1996. This is one of the very last games ever made for the Sega Genesis. This came out around the time Comic Zone came out. That we saw last week on the Sega Mini 1. Carlos says, yeah, I got GTA 5 on PS5 now. 3 minutes a game. Oh yeah, 3 minutes a game. That's actually pretty long. We'll probably wrap up before then. Just kind of getting through these so we can see what they look like. Jason says, hey there, Israel Gaming. Arcade Talk says, when we played GTA 5, Carlo. So GTA 5 was a game that I remember playing very well on the PlayStation 3. Can you believe that? We're on the PlayStation 5 and we're still playing the same game. Now they're talking about a PlayStation 5 Pro or a PlayStation 6. And GTA 6 isn't even out yet. Sonic 3D Blast. They were definitely trying to do like a 3D environment with Sonic here. And was it successful? I can't tell you if it was or wasn't. I'm not a huge fan of this. I kind of enjoy the side-scrolling more. But they were trying new things with that one. Oh, Black Myth Wukong is what everyone's buzzing about right now. Definitely, that's what I'm hearing all about this last week because it just released. I hear there's some audio issues with it. For me, the Black Myth, it just reminds me so much of God of War. And I never played the PS4 God of War, and I still haven't played God of War Ragnarok on PS5. I got to go back and play those before I go and spend $70 on Black Myth Wukong. Arcade Talk says Sonic 3D is not good. So this is Vector Man, but I think this is Vector Man 2, guys. Because we have Vector Man 1 on the Genesis Mini 1. This is the Genesis Mini 2. And I think this is a sequel to Vector Man. And I don't think this game ever actually released. I think this is an unreleased game. You guys will have to correct me if I'm wrong on that. But I think this is like Star Fox 2, which it was highly in development, but they never finished it. But this used some pretty cool graphics for a Genesis. These would be good games to play on the iArcade, I think. Even though I love playing the Sega Genesis games with the controller. I do like playing them on the arcade also, though. Carlos says we should do Friday the 13th first, tomorrow. So this is Devi P2, released in 2022. So this game just released a couple years ago. So these Sega Genesis games that released recently, really what these are games that were in development. They never finished them. Well, back in when the Sega Genesis Mini 2 released in 2022, they went and, I guess, finished it so it could then be released on this system. So what are we doing here? I have no clue. Am I catching these things? Oh, okay. All right, so there you go. Arcade Talk says either one, Carlo. I use the stream Friday the 13th all the time. People still watch those streams. Crazy. All right, so this is Fantasy Zone, another 2022 game. So these are the, I think towards the end, going to just be games that never released. Oh, they have this is a sequel to that game on the Sega Genesis Mini 1 that we played last week that I'd never heard of. So there you go. And we got 5 more left, guys. Space Harrier 2, which we know of very well, I think. Spatter, Star Mobile, Super Locomotive, and Puyo Puyo Sun. Oh, look at that. We got Space Harrier and Space Harrier 2. So you open the game up and you can play either one of them. That's pretty cool. Carlo says, I haven't played Starfield in a while. I'm having withdrawals. I love that game. I never played it. I love Bethesda games. If I play anything Bethesda right now, I'm playing Fallout 76 on my PS5. But it's such a deep game. It's like whenever I turn it on, I don't ever jump into it because I'm like, if I sit down and start playing this, it's going to suck me in for hours. So I've been kind of trying to avoid it. I've been playing Guardians of the Galaxy on my PS5. The more I play that game, the less I like it. But I do like that voice acting in that game. I think the story's good, so I'm probably going to end up finishing it just for that reason.
Get ready.
All right, so that's Space Harrier 2, and we also have the option of Space Harrier 1 with that game. Did you play 60 games tonight? That's awesome, Biggie D. We almost have. We got 4 left. And these are all unreleased games, so we're just checking them out and not playing them. So we'll be wrapping up here soon in probably the next 5-10 minutes. I appreciate you guys hanging with me all night, chilling. This has been fun. I'm going to start doing this every Tuesday night. Doing these late night streams. And we're just going to play whatever. We're going to stream whatever. I do like streaming these little mini consoles though, because it's so quick to get in and out of games. And it doesn't take up much room on my desk either, where it's sitting here. I can have my computer going, have the console sitting here. Like if you guys want to see here, like see how tiny that console is? Like here's a mouse, so you can see how tiny it is. It's about double the size of my mouse, maybe even less. Very little mini console. They could call this a Sega Micro. All right, so this is Star Mobile. We're starting to get closer to Christmas, guys. So, next month is September. We start getting into October, November. It's going to be giveaway season again. We're going to start giving stuff away on the channel. And I think one of these mini consoles would be an excellent thing to give away on the channel. Whether we do the PlayStation Classic, give that away, or give one. We can still buy these Sega Genesis Minis, maybe give one of those away. All right, this is a ridiculous game. Like, look at this. What are we doing? Either these games are getting more ridiculous towards the end, or I'm getting more tired. Because that was... I don't even know what that was. All right, so this is Super Locomotive 2022. Carlos says, Rascal is a good egg. I've won a lot of stuff on his shows. Yeah, she's acting off. Not sure what's up. Maybe she's having growing pains. Rascal, yeah, he always does giveaways, man. Almost every show he gives away something, whether it just be like a little Steam code for like a $5 game. It's like he's always thinking of ways to give something away. And I'll never forget that stream he did where he hit 1,000, was it? And he gave away like 30 different things that night, valued at hundreds of dollars. That was probably an ordeal trying to get all that stuff shipped out. So this says Sega 1982, but then it released in 2022. Looks like it could be okay, actually. Jason's saying could be. Hope she didn't pick anything up. I guess you're talking about your cat, Carl. I still haven't gotten a new dog because I'm going to be moving to Oklahoma. I figured it'd be best to wait till I get there before I get a dog. Also, to help me save up a little money and be less to deal with. You know, moving with an animal is always tough for them too. Okay, so this is basically Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. It's going to be a sequel to that called Puyo Puyo Sun. I actually enjoy these games a lot. I love Tetris, and I love Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. Amazing game. You got the fillers. Yeah, we need to do a 1,000 giveaway on Arcade Talk. Yes. So Arcade Talk, I've already told them I'm going to give away a Steam Steam Pinball FX code. All right, guys, we went through every game tonight on the Sega Genesis Mini 2. Took us 3 hours, 14 minutes to get through all the games. But I just loaded the game that I like the most on this console, which is Final Fight CD. We're going to have to do a live stream one day where we just play this all the way through. I'm a big fan of Final Fight. Biggie D moving back to the state I was drunk in for 6 years nonstop. Well, all right, guys. Well, that has been a lot of fun. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I'm going to be out of town starting tomorrow, going to Lawton, Nevada, go hang out at a casino with my family. They're going to be there. We're going to go hang out by the pool with Mai Tais and margaritas. And we're going to go down to the river. I'm going to rent some jet skis, and we're going to hop waves on the river with jet skis, and maybe do a little bit of gambling while I'm there. But you guys probably won't see much content from me over the next few days, but I will be back on Sunday. Get home Sunday afternoon, and we're going to have a stream. Won't be very prepared. Won't be any slides, but we're going to be playing. So, hope you guys join me Sunday night for the stream. And if any news comes up this week while I'm out of town, I may or may not do like a short or something like that to keep us up to speed on what's going on in home arcade and console gaming. Gonna start getting more and more into these console games. So I just shut down the Sega Mini, and that's what it does. It gives you that screen whenever you shut down. Carlo, been staying up until 5 a.m. lately, helping with VPX stuff. Tomorrow is I must see the sun. Well, Carlo, Jason, T. McClowski, everyone I see in the chat still tonight, you guys have a good rest of, well, I guess it's Wednesday morning for you guys. So have a great Wednesday morning, and I will see you guys in the next video. If you guys want to put down a chat real quick, I'll read it. Otherwise, here in the next probably 60, I'm going to end the stream, guys. But let's take a look here again what we've been playing. This is the Sega Genesis Mini 2 console. Comes with one 6-button controller. Comes with an HDMI cable. Comes with a micro USB cable. Comes with a little USB charging brick. And I'm going to also show you guys the box for this thing, so you guys can see that. Hey, Gregory, good to see you. So this is the box, guys. So you can see it. Very tiny little box. Like here's a mouse, so you can see how tiny it is. They did put this sticker over the top of it. It's got Japanese letters right above the barcode. I wish they wouldn't have done that, because I feel like if I rip the sticker off now, it's going to ruin the box. But there's all your games. If you want to see the games list, I made a community post just a couple of days ago, and the second image on that community post is this games list. But yeah, that's it, guys. Gregory just joined. Hey guys, did you play Sewer Shark? I did. I played Sewer Shark. I love that game. But I was telling everyone my favorite game on the system is going to be Final Fight CD. And I'm very intrigued and very interested in Night Trap. I want to learn how to play Night Trap, guys. I think that's a cool game. Have a good night, Biggie D and everyone. Israel Gaming says. You too, Israel. Have a very good night. Good rest of your week. Everyone loves a tiny box. All right, guys, I'll see y'all later. I'll see you in the next one. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.